Björn, Dieter was an artist who loved to collaborate. He collaborated with many artists, Richard Hamilton, Stefan Wewerka, Arnold Reiner, Jan Vos, other ones with the music, but also with the family. So there were two different lines. But for somebody, with the family particularly, somebody who invented teaching as not teaching, taking you and your sister as very young age and started working with you, how does it feel? What do you remember? When was the first time he started really, you were a kid, no?
Always when he came to Iceland, he was living abroad, we were living in Iceland, the family. Always when he came, it was the most desired time, because then I could stay with my father and do funny things with him. And saying funny things means to draw and build and do. And somehow we got very close, and it continued, and it grew and materialize and develop.
And I remember Richard Hamilton saying when you went to Cadaqués for the collaborations of Richard and Dieter, that Dieter was treating you as the hope, no? As the one who would be as the special witness, no? That maybe was there to witness how Dieter collaborated with another artist, but he only was expected from you just to look and live, no?
It went like this, that first I was his assistant. And then I started to sign together with him our artworks, and then I was a co-author of things. But it's difficult to say, you know, where the border was, you know. Yeah. And but in that time it was his thing to decide when I was a co-author and when not. Yeah. And you know, it is I think it is a little bit special how close we were and how closely we worked together. And in the end, we were like one in what we were doing. You know, this is a thing that so many make the mistake of trying to understand why and what was the idea and what so on. Because most people, they don't understand the way of life I have lived and the way and the kind of life Dieter lived. It was the motto, we just do what comes to our mind.
So it was about freedom, not about discipline.
For me it was freedom, for him it was the discipline. Yeah. I think so, because he had this he gave himself freedom to do his things. And he went through many narrow holes to do that. But he had such a discipline, because if something would have to be done, you know, he could stay awake for a week just to what he had promised himself or others, or so on.
Yeah. He started as a designer, no? Early his career, which for a designer you need to understand the others, you need to have discipline. But his art, and at the beginning, was kind of Bauhaus influence. But then, at the same time, he had this other drive towards completely asking why not? Why is it not possible? Everything is possible. With the prints, for him, prints were essential.
You know, Dieter was a printer he was a devilish printer.
Yeah,
you know.
He was really, the
And,
technique was amazing.
yeah, and his graphics, it's so sad, okay, it was very in when he was printing most of his print in the 70s.
Yeah.
But I'm always trying to tell people how much of his professional work, how much input, what he put into the prints. And nowadays prints are not in so much, and it is dismissed so much. But he put so much energy and so much of himself and his soul and ideas into the prints. And in the prints, if you really look at it closely, then you see so many ideas and forms and things which he also put into a different work.
And probably Prints and Books to me is where the two sides of Dieter came together. The design side and the art side.
Yes.